Hello, everybody, and welcome. The Scarlet Keys box has finally started hitting players' hands, so we have scans or pictures of all the cards that we've not talked about so far. So this is the video that I know a lot of people love, where we're just going to put a card on the screen, I'm going to read it, and then we're going to say it good, it bad, I like it, I don't like it. I'm going
to say it's good. And
I'm going to tell a joke.
Yeah.
It's going to be perfect. It's going to be perfect. All right. We have some custom cards coming still, so we have custom modifications. Thank God it has custom in the name, because it fits really well. It's a 3-cost event. Attached to a firearm asset you control, limit 1 per asset. When you reveal a non-auto-fail chaos token while attacking with attached asset, exhaust custom modifications, cancel that chaos token, return to the bag, and reveal a new one. The upgrades are Notch Sight. If you perform an attack with an attached asset against an enemy engaged with another investigator and fail, you deal no damage. Extended Stock. You get +2 fist while attacking with attached asset. Counterbalance, after you attach an upgrade card other than custom modifications to attached asset, draw 1 card. Leather Grip, custom modification gets -1 cost and gains fast, play only during your turn. Extended Magazine, after ammo is spent from or placed on attached asset by another event, place 1 ammo on attached asset. And then Quicksilver Bullets, if you succeed by 3 or more while attacking with attached asset, this attack deals +1 damage.
I don't think Mercury works very well as bullets.
No.
For like several reasons.
It does for killing monsters, though.
Yeah, but it probably like melt in your gun. Also, like you will get mercury poisoning.
Yeah,
that's
well.
that's
in the 1920s, they were like giving kids to like here it glows, and they're like, oh.
You mean you put your gun, you shoot. It's just like a water gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's well. Then you give them mercury poisoning. That's the extra damage. That's why you need to succeed by 3, because you have to hit with the water gun.
They 100% put Quicksilver here because they thought it sounded cool.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, like also, it's used against like werewolves. Like it's like
Well, silver is not Quicksilver.
Why not?
Because
it's
mercury.
Like silver, but fast.
It's water it's a liquid at room temperature.
Yeah, but that's okay because this gun is refrigerated chambers.
It is, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's why it
costs so much XP to buy that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this card's like neat.
Yeah, I think as I said previously, I think they honestly, in their spoiler article, started with the worst custom cards.
Yeah.
Because they were like this one's wordy, but like it's not compared to like.
Yeah, like Runic Axe is like, I understand it's supposed to be the cool, flashy one, but you reading, like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, same with like Servitor and Power Word. They're just like, there's a lot to them. This one, I think it's cool. You can do a lot with it. I imagine Bryn's going to make she's going to revisit the Leo gun run and hopefully not turn into a tree.
Dude, I'm gonna re-roll the tree if I get it this time.
That's fair.
I like the custom. I've come around a little bit on the custom cards, and I like them in this context where they're things that, like, they aren't just like a pile of effects that work in like several different situations. I don't like those ones because like you have to keep track of what they all do in case that situation comes up. But this one's like you shoot the gun and you've put it to the thing. You've upgraded it for a certain reason.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
You've upgraded it to give your gun +2 punch, and that's all you have to remember.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
No, we are definitely going back to a gun. Big guns game.
Let's go. That'll be fun. That'll be fun.
Probably play like the Blue Thompson.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
And then also buy the when I put an upgrade on this, draw a card.
Yeah.
So then the Thompson pays for all the upgrades.
So we're gonna cheat and turn you into a tree.
I'm gonna turn you into a tree.
It's like, no, it's gonna do it to me.
I'm gonna take over Zealous instead.
Yep.
No deal.
You can't stop me.
You're gonna go to the bathroom, come back, and you're gonna like just draw Dendromorphosis.
I'm gonna treat it like it's overzealous.
Or just like for some reason, like it's like, even though we're not playing Carcosa, just somehow like a straitjacket's there, and you're like, what?
We're gonna get him so good. He's gonna draw the overzealous and go draw a card from the counter deck, and it's gonna be Dendromorphosis.
Got him. But seriously, every time I've played Leo since Bryn got tree hands, my Leos have always had tree hands.
Incredible.
Every Leo, yeah. All right, we got the Obsidian bracelet. This is a 3-cost asset. Takes up your hand slot, which is weird because it's a bracelet. Normally that goes a little bit lower than the hand.
No, you have to carry it just.
Okay, all right. That's like prayer beads, but like for Satan. It soaks for 3 and 3.
Yeah.
Obsidian bracelet may only be assigned damage in a horde dealt by treachery effects. And Obsidian bracelet may be assigned damage in a horde dealt to other investigators. May be assigned damage dealt to other investigators at your location.
I don't think this card's very good.
I think like
it's like, so it's in a slot that's extremely contested for its class. It also costs 3, which is really tough. And, like, as a general rule, you don't need the health and the sanity soak. You're probably gonna, if you want this kind of effect, you're probably either, like...
Running Tetsuo.
Yeah.
Because, like, Tetsuo doesn't have
You're-
that restriction.
You're running one of the
only
allies
this.
that does it.
Yeah.
Or you're running, like, some combination of True Grit and...
I could see, like, in a Guardian that doesn't want to fight because Guardian has those tools now. Like, if this is, like, a placeholder
Even
for...
you want other things in your hands.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you're, like, planning on going to, like, Gurish later, it could be, like, this could just take that spot for it, just, like, in the level 0 deck.
Yeah.
Because I agree there's better options, but, like, that's where I could see this being run. Yeah.
I think this card is really neat for off-class blue guys.
Yeah.
More than it is for blue investigators and Carson Sinclair, because I'm not treating him as though he's a blue investigator because he can't use cards to do things.
Yeah.
So, like, why not pay for this? You might as well.
Yeah. Trying to think.
You
That's what
got
I'm thinking.
twos,
Like,
baby.
It's not a bad card. I just don't
Doesn't
think
really
it's
have-
good enough to run over anything that I would use to, like, actually... Like, it's a card that just keeps you from dying, kind of. It
Yeah.
doesn't win you the game, and you want your hand slot speed playing cards that win you the game.
Yeah.
Unless you don't need them to.
I think what's going to really get
Yeah,
this
but-
card, though, is that, like, it's also only damaged out by treachery effects. Because, like, that's kind of also just... Like, I understand that's where a lot of damage comes from, that as soon as you look at an enemy, you're like, it does nothing, you know?
Yeah, or a look.
Yeah,
like
but
a
if you're
location that
if you're
gives-
spending your hand slots on things that don't fight, you're also, like, not hoping to fight enemies, right?
Yeah, that's very true.
Like, either that or you're playing, like, purple characters with access to this.
Just like Diana. She'd be like the other person I could see playing this,
Yeah.
but I don't care about treacheries if I'm playing Diana.
Yeah, I think...
Yeah, but, like, other people might.
I do think that, yeah, if this card lives
If I'm playing
somewhere...
Diana, they also probably don't. A lot of the time.
I think this card, if this card's going to live somewhere, it's going to probably leave the deck pretty soon after upgrades.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sick. All right.
Yeah, it's the thing that we said at the start.
I love this fucking card. Bolus. It's a 1-cost event. Evade.
again.
Attempt to use your
It is.
your fist. You use your fist instead of your foot for the evade. If you succeed and the enemy is not elite, attach Bolus to it. Attached enemy gets -1 evade value, and after it moves, it fucking trips.
You know, they're gonna let us use fists for something that isn't fighting enemies. Good.
Oh, I just love that he fucking trips. He's like, "Daw!"
I do like how it's very flavorful. This is
Yeah.
actually quite a well designed card.
Yeah, definitely.
It also seems like
Why can't he just take them off?
not trash in the most part. For the most part.
Yeah, like I think that it's.
You think Dark Young can do things with their fingers? You
I
they
think
have
a
fingers?
bola is not gonna stop.
No, it's really long.
This
Dark
card would beg to differ.
Yeah, no, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but also in this game, you hold your bracelet in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not unfair. Not always do things make sense.
Yeah, but no, yeah.
Why the hell is a bracelet not an accessory, man?
Can you use this to just tie up? What's his name? Nathaniel Cho's bad guy.
Tommy, I think so.
Probably.
Yeah. And then he's just like,
Assuming you're like always.
like 2 steps ahead.
Yeah.
And he just keeps coming like a fucking idiot. Oh, I'm going to get you, Nathaniel. The fucking broods of Yogg Sothoth, they ain't elite. You could try to trip these motherfuckers with this.
This card's kind of sweet for what's his face, Leo Anderson. So you can like play some of the green cards that give a shit about evading things.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, actually, even like it doesn't even like you don't even need to be 2. You just need to be 1 step away because then because he's not going to attack you in the enemy phase.
You
like,
throw it at an
move
enemy
yourself.
and then he moves into your location and you just like execute him with the 25.
That does seem sick. Yeah. No, it's a cool card. It's a cool card.
Yeah.
We got Breach the Door. 2-cost event with a bunch of police on it. It's an insight tactic and it also is police. Test Fist 1. If you succeed, attach Breach the Door to your location with 1 resource on it for each point you succeeded by as leads. Reduce attached location shroud by 1 for each lead on Breach the Door. Gonna use Fist again for something else.
Yeah, I mostly like the idea of this card in like a Mark Harrigan deck. Particularly playing like the Circle Undone, like, you know, you're showing up to this fancy soiree and you just kick a door in.
Yeah.
They're like, what the fuck? And he's like, get on the ground right now.
He isn't even police.
This card is actually like really sneaky support for Tommy Muldoon. You can play this and then play like the red cards that care about the test being 0.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's like sneaky support for that.
I think it's also like this also lives in like those situations where we say like when there's a location you need to get a bunch of clues off of. It's just like this is the last location, get on your knees, like I'm gonna fucking shoot you in the head. That's not what cops say, but that's what these cops say in this game.
Like probably it's the 20s.
Yeah, I've watched Boardwalk Empire. They just do what they want.
Yeah.
Like I don't think this card is like great objectively, but like I'll play.
I think it's good. Yeah.
It's something for Guardians to do on their off turns.
Play this card in Carcosa in that one scenario where you got to go into the location inside your own mind.
It just keeps going. Alright. We got Bestow Resolve. This is a 2-cost, 2 experience ritual asset. Takes up a spell slot. Uses 4 charges. During a skill test performed by an investigated location or connected location, you can spend a charge as a lightning bolt. Commit a non-weakness card from your hand to the skill test, treating all of its skill icons as wild.
Remember earlier when I was complaining about my hand was just punch symbols?
Yes. Yeah.
I was looking at him like, I have 5 cards in my hand and I have 10 punch symbols.
Yeah. I think it's cool. I think it's a cool card. I think obviously Carson Sinclair's going to love the hell out of it.
I'm not sure how I feel about this being 2 experience. I feel like it could have been 1.
Mm-hmm.
Because it like doesn't do anything?
I mean, like...
Yeah, it doesn't,
You can turn things like the home front into 4 wild, which is probably like pretty okay, but if you were playing purple, you could do that for 0 XP, because...
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I think this is like fairly strong for anyone who's played a blue investigator. You know.
Yeah.
You know. You end up just sitting there and you're like, every card in my hand commits for a punch.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's like a bad card.
I don't need another gun.
Yeah.
It just doesn't do anything.
So like, being able to turn some of those into like unexpected courages, that's pretty okay, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Try to help further the game state.
I mean, I love like also just like it's like, hey, it's like you capture, you get overpowered, you take off the mask, you were perception the whole time. You know, that's just
it's
like
also
the opposite.
I think a lot more often you're like, check out his guts.
Yeah.
It's really strong with the cards that have like almost a wild on them.
Yes. Yeah.
Where you're just like, normally I could commit this for 1 to most things, but here I have 3.
Because I mean, like I think this is going to kind of live in just like the whole exactly that, right? Like I'm going to just give +3 to a test and pass.
Yeah, this might be like a nice upgrade for your filler guts or unexpected courages for Guardians. Like just a sort of a luxury thing.
Yeah, definitely.
It's kind of neat.
Upgraded guard dog. Woof woof.
Where's my old art?
I hate that they used that's. Yeah, they used
What the hell?
They used the wrong artwork.
Yep. No, this is the new guard dog. This is new. He's got the tentacle in his mouth. He's 3 cost, 2 experience. Soaks for 4/2. You can as a lightning bolt, you can exhaust him, engage an enemy or location that enemy attacks you, and then when enemy attacks deals damage or horde guard dog, deal 1 damage to the attacking enemy. Is it now? So the horror is now new, right? Because before it was just damage.
He used to be 3/1, and so like he would just die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More guard dog.
Yeah, I mean, like I've played a number of campaigns where I guard dog in my deck, and I was like, damn, I wish I could make you better.
Mm-hmm.
So
you said that today, and then you looked at the camera, right? Or was that something else? That was today, yeah.
This seems really good against cultists.
Yes. Yep.
Like acolytes show up and you're like, you want to fight my dog?
they're like, yes.
And they're like, yes, sir.
Or whippoorwills.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or whippoorwills. You get
throw your dog into the tree.
Get him, boy.
We always like talk about a video that's just like too hard to make, but it was like cards that we wish were like other colors completely. And I wish this was a survivor card so Daniela could run it. Because
Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
This card probably have to be more experienced if Daniela could play it.
I agree. Yeah.
It'd probably have to be like 3 or 4 in survivor.
Yeah. Card seems nuts with the world though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Or star. It's the star.
Star. Yeah, the world is the secret
the world
one.
is the secret one.
Yeah, the world one.
Because the world is the yellow one because Dio is yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should play that in the deck we were recording with today. I should put that in my upgrade pool.
Yeah, I got the star in my upgrade pool.
So sick. We got handcuffs. 2 cost, 1 cost, 2 experience. Item police. It's fast. If handcuffs are not attached to an enemy, evade. Use only on a humanoid enemy. This evasion type uses fist instead of foot. If you succeed, remove all doom from the just evaded enemy and attach handcuffs to it. If the attached enemy is non-elite, it cannot ready, and doom cannot be placed on it. So is it just fast and cheaper?
I think so, yeah.
No, it takes the doom off them if they had it on.
Yes, yeah, because the other one they couldn't add doom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. No, that's cool.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's like just a nice quality of life thing.
Because, like, handcuffs is good when it's good. Like, when you handcuff a deep one bull, you're like, I'm literally God, right?
I like how they're not printing cards for Carson. Instead, they're just, like, stuffing the rest of Lily's archetype in here.
Yeah. Don't worry, Carson will get a support next box.
No, it's okay. Carson can use this to use his punch instead of his foot.
Thank
You're
God.
correct.
Yeah. Thank God. Yeah. I mean, I like seeing more cards upgraded. It's one day going to make it so that fucking down the rabbit hole is, like, forced into every deck, but it's a good time though right now.
I wish they would, like, just make more independent cards. But
Speaking of more independent cards,
I didn't need this.
upgraded
I'm happy to have
doors.
it. I didn't need
It's
it.
a zero cost. It's a zero cost 2 experience event. Choose an investigator location that investigates the top 9 cards of their deck for a weapon asset, adds it to their hand, or plays it, paying its resource cost and shuffles their deck. So now basically the tax of the 1 cost is gone, and also the action cost is now gone.
It's actually kind of insane for level 2. The amount of things they added onto it compared to some of the other stuff.
Yeah, because doesn't it also have a foot and a fist icon? Or is it just a foot?
It's got foot icon.
Yeah.
It costs 0. You can give it to someone else.
Yeah.
And you can play it.
Yeah. It's a sick card.
It is.
And now it's going to be one of those things where, like, I have 2 experience. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just do this.
Yeah.
No. Ever Vigilant.
This card's insane.
Yeah. Zero cost, 4 experience. 1 at a time, investigators at your location as a group may play up to 4 assets in total from their hands, reducing their resource cost by 1 each. Yeah, that's wild.
So you play this
Yep.
in a deck playing with a Bob Jenkins deck, and he just spends his first turn like drawing cards. And you're like, hey, you want to play a bunch of cards from your hand? And they're like, welcome
yes.
to Bob's Stuff Emporium.
Yeah.
You know, or Bob shows up and he's like, turn 1 black market, and you just slam down your Ever Vigilant, and you're like...
Yeah. No, cards wild.
Let's go.
And the best thing, too, is that you can also, like, Ever Vigilant is also just good. So you can be like, you can stop there and then go up here when you have the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, this does, like, you can even use the first part as Bob to play your shrewd dealings for 1.
Yeah.
And then be like, you got some guns you want to play?
Yeah.
I'll pay for them. And by I'll pay for them, I mean they cost nothing, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yep.
It costs 2 less, holy shit.
Like, that's pretty okay.
That's a lot.
All right, we're on to the secret cards. We got dissection tools. Hey, do you like Hawkeye folding camera? Well, I have a card for you. It's a 2 cost asset, takes a hand slot, item tool, science. After an enemy or location is defeated, place 1 resource on this card as evidence. While it has 1 evidence, you get +1 foot. While it has 2, you get +1 fist. While it has 3, you get +1 sanity.
I hate that this takes up a hand slot, but what can you do?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What can you do?
Yeah.
So, can we agree that Daryl Simmons is like the weirdest reporter ever?
Yes,
like,
Daryl
I need to take
Simmons.
pictures of your lungs.
Yeah.
This isn't for Daryl Simmons.
But he-
It's for
no.
Dr. Man.
It uses evidence.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I mean, yeah, Vincent, but the thing is, I think that Daryl Simmons could be a very good flex investigator.
Yeah.
Like, even though he has 5 books, he's like, I ain't using that shit.
I think this card's really good for Joe, too.
Oh, yeah.
+1 punch and then like a serviceable foot score and also +1 sanity.
Yeah.
You take this and you take the Hawkeye folding camera and you're like, I have +2 sanity and like 3s in my defense numbers, which are still not good, but
I could get +1 sanity if you just like take them apart and you're like, yeah, no, they're actually just meat.
Yeah.
it turns out everybody's made of meat.
Yeah, no, that's
meat,
reassuring.
meat and bone. Yeah. Yeah, no, card's cool. And I think it's going to be very fun and Mr. Vincent Lee. Grim Memoir. Oh, Grim Memoir. 3 cost asset. Takes up a hand slot. It's an item in a tome. Uses 4 secrets as an action. Spend a secret. Investigate. You +2 book for this investigation. If you succeed by 2 or more, you may draw 1 card. They saw Thieves' Tools and they say, Seekers better get this too, God damn it. So they give it to Seekers.
So you get cards,
Yeah.
which are like resources.
Yeah.
Especially if you.
Well, it's like the Seeker. Like, Seeker get card, Rogue get resource.
Yeah, if you get like cryptic research. Cryptic writings.
I think this is sick, obviously, in Daisy. Daisy's just like, I'll take free investigate and card.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause, like-
I just like the idea of playing this in Harvey Walters, and it's like his own account, but he's got Alzheimer's and he's forgotten.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's like,
+2's a
did
lot
this really
for a
happen?
level 0.
Yeah.
It is.
Wow.
You don't even have to exhaust it. Why don't you have to exhaust it?
Because it's a
Like-
yellow card, Fred.
I hate this game.
Yeah, card is I mean, also, do you know who also fucking loves this card? Mr. Rex Murphy. Just get the +2 that he wants to succeed by anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty
You have a
good.
fucking magnifying glass in your other hand, Dr. Milana.
What you got there is like 4 deductions.
Oh my god. You know, this card's wild. This card's wild. I did say when I saw this card in our Discord, I was like, Travis is going to like this card because it draws cards and
this
gets to
card.
progress the game.
Yeah, +2 book. And,
Yeah. I do love it though with Thieves, the Thieves tools. It's like, Rogue's like, let's go, baby. And then Seeker's like, not so fast. I'm really good. Yep. All right, we got Bizarre. I love seeing old Arkham Files
Yeah.
art. We got Bizarre Diagnosis, 0-cost event, commits for 2 books. Place 1 of your clues on your location, then heal 3 damage from an investigator or ally asset at your location.
Those poor nurses.
I think it'll be like fine in like level 0 decks that want to either like, you know, that heal, and then I think it'll be like this will be what you upgrade your good healing cards from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it depends entirely what ally assets you're playing
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
here as to whether this card is like particular good or not. Because like 3 damage from an investigator, like sure that's cool and all, but you're not gonna want to do that all the time.
And I
So
mean,
you need to have a reason to want to do that all the time.
yeah. And I mean, realistically, too, as well, just not even like healing decks. The place clues on your location deck got some fantastic
Yeah, I'm
cards
excited
here.
to play that.
Yeah.
You can play this with the upgraded guard dog. You're just sitting there, and the cultists are like, we got him on the ropes, boys, and you're like, not so quick.
I could see fucking Joe Diamond loving this
Yeah.
card. Like,
Yeah,
especially
right.
like even just B Cop, right? B Cop
Yeah.
with the stars. Like, let's just go.
I think Trish likes this card quite a bit too. You heal one of your teammates, put 1 clues down so you can just get back for ability later. She commits for 2
Yeah.
to short per book or like stick under the crystallizer.
Yeah, it's a good card.
Yeah, the 2 books I think goes a long way in making this card playable.
Yeah.
Old Kate Winthrop art. Let's go. Analysis or analysis if you're feeling naughty. It's a practice skill. It's for a while. After revealing chaos token for the skill, you may place 1 of your clues on
It's
your
wild,
location
yes!
to cancel that chaos token, return the chaos bag, and reveal a new one. You may do this any number of times.
Yes! This has got relevant ability.
Yeah. It's good. It's a good card. It's like also just like really great because like your practice package, you're like you don't need to run like plan of action anymore.
Bad ones
Yeah,
anymore.
you can run this.
I didn't ask for this, but thank you.
Yeah. And I just some nice classic art too.
It is.
Yeah.
It's also like just
Yeah.
nice art in general.
I'm mostly just disappointed that this one doesn't give me like a flux stabilizer and prevent gates from opening on my space, because that's what this artwork is supposed to do.
Well,
Yeah.
let's save that for Kate Winthrop.
Who we're going to be getting because our next card also heavily implies that she's coming.
I really hope that she comes with a flux stabilizer.
She has to do something with practice skills, right? Because like she's on so much practiced art. or,
No,
like-
they're just gonna give her science instead.
Science. Yeah.
No, but like her ability is gotta like it has to have some synergy. If it
No,
doesn't,
no.
my like fucking
Amanda's the practice one. You can tell because the practice skills are broken.
Yeah, that's true. Lab coat, 2 costs, 1 experience, takes up their body slot. Soaks for 1 and 1. When you fail a skill test on a seeker card by 1 or less, exhaust lab coat. You succeed by 0 instead. You thought Lucky was safe. The seekers came with a knife and stabbed it in the middle of the night.
Takes up the body slot. Who even cares about that?
Yeah. So like obviously this is good with like that card, the memoir we just saw. Like, you know,
Also
just like
good with fingerprint kit. in
Also
case
good with
you were
fingerprint kit,
angry that
yep.
You failed with it.
yeah.
It doesn't matter on fingerprint kit. You just fail by whatever the shroud is, and nothing can change it.
Or just the auto fail you. Or
Yeah,
you're
no,
really
that's what
gonna
I mean.
get it.
That's what I mean. Like you draw the red token, and that's it.
And you're just done.
You're just
yeah.
like, oh, cool.
Science.
Yeah, it's a cool card.
Makes you feel like you know what you're doing.
Body slot, like no one needs it.
No.
No, especially not
Guardian.
like
There's like
the-
real competition for Guardians.
Yeah.
This might like be not terrible, or make stupid test and put a relic in from your hand into play.
Unearth the
Like
Ancients.
not terrible,
Yeah.
because you can like it doesn't have to be a relic that you put into play. It just has to be a yellow asset.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Okay.
Because yellow has struggles with money.
I have
Other
16
fun
book tests.
lies that you can tell yourself.
Yeah. They're fun lies you can tell yourself. All right, we got guidance. This is here for our friend Carson Sinclair.
Yep.
0 cost, 1 experience. Commits for a brain and a wild. Choose another investigator location who has yet to take their turn this round. During this round, the chosen investigator gets +1 to each of their skills and may take an additional action. Playing guidance does not provoke attacks of opportunity.
That's pretty okay.
That +1 is actually, like, kind of sick.
Yep. It's got good symbols, too.
Yep.
Brain Wild.
Yeah, it's a good upgrade.
You show up being the butler for Preston, and you're like, how many actions can you take in this turn? Also, your numbers are 2, 100% increase. And he's like, why didn't you just do it?
Yeah.
No, Preston Harvest, excellent. Thank you, Carson.
Brett and I, we've talked about we're going to do a madhouse where we build Carson and Preston, the butler and the millionaire.
The first Scarlet Keys run we play is just Carson and Preston, and Travis doesn't.
Whatever I play.
Travis has to play somebody that does something because, like, we're not gonna.
I'm gonna play like Lola and then just randomly take half the cards from each of your guys' decks and play those.
Let's go. Let's do it. We call it the Do Nothing Challenge.
Let's go.
Dr. William T. Maleson. He's got a new tagline, too. He's working on something bigger. It's a 1 cost, 2 experience. He soaks for 2 and 2 still. When any investigator draws an encounter card from the encounter deck, exhaust him to place one he pleases in your location. The investigator draws another card from the top of the encounter deck, chooses one of those 2 cards to resolve, and cancels and discards the other. So basically, now they draw
stronger.
1, they get a look at 2, choose 1, discard the other. It's good. Yeah, good upgrade.
Yeah, you know what they say: a noble spirit embiggens the smallest man.
I do want level 5. William T. Maleson is working on something biggest. He has to look at the top 3 and you get to pick who draws one of them.
Yeah, you get to remove 1 from the game.
Oh yeah, you can discard 1, put 1 on top, give, and then the last one you give to someone else.
Yeah, and then
you're telling me that the something biggest is just dunking on the circle undone.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then eventually we get like an elite enemy version of him, and he's like.
Dr. William T. Maleson, what he was working on.
Yeah. I have ascended. All right. Yeah, no, it's a cool upgrade.
Yeah.
Press Pass, 4 cost, accessory slot, 2 experience. It's an item and a charm. After you spend one or more of your clues, or place one of your clues on your location, exhaust it. You can take an additional action during this turn. You thought additional actions was the green.
Or your next turn if it's not currently your turn, so you can play forewarned.
Yeah.
Oh, this is sweet. I'm so mad.
Why do we even have colors?
That thing we said in the last video?
It's so that yellow can look... If yellow is the only color in the game, it would just be the color in the game. You have to have other colors, so that way yellow has someone look superior to.
The thing we said last week, how the research notes was like what that archetype really needed to get that final big push? We didn't see this card yet, because this is really good.
Push over the top a little bit.
Yeah. Very good card.
That's sick.
Yeah. Because even just spending clues at the end of the round, spend clues to advance, I'll take an extra action. Yeah. On to the green cards. Honed Instinct. This is a 1-cost event. It's a gambit. It's customizable and fast. Play only after one of the following conditions is met. The agenda or act advances. You succeeded a skill test by 3 or more. Immediately take an action as if it were your turn. Reflex response. You add the following play condition. You take damage or horror. Situational awareness. Add the following condition. A location enters player is revealed. Another killer instinct enemy engages you. Gut reaction. A treachery enters your threat area like a frozen in fear. Muscle memory. You play an asset. Sharpened talent. During this action granted by Honed Instinct, you get +2 to each of your skills. Impulse control. You may include up to 3 copies of Honed Instinct in your deck, and it costs -1. And force of habit. When you play Honed Instinct, you may take 2 actions instead of 1, then remove it from the game. It got a lot better at future-proofing the multiple action things.
Yeah.
So, that's got to go.
I do think it's funny how the green cards don't even get nice pictures taken off center and you see the white background.
Yeah, we just get that shit.
I have the take pictures ones too.
Yeah, I mean,
that card seems neat.
Yeah.
I'm upset that my Scarlet Keys Investigator set's gonna come with 3 copies of this. Because that could have been a different card, but you know.
I mean, I think like this is the thing you were talking about, Bryn, like the thing where it like cares about how many actions you took in your turn. This is obviously going to be really nice in that because it's going to be so easy to hit. Like even at level 0, this is a very easy thing to just hit in a rogue deck.
Yeah. Make level 0 like 5 or 6 action turns pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a lot of experience, but if you like get impulse control and force a habit and your cruise around with like it's 8 experience.
Yeah.
But still like having 3s in your deck that just like give you 2 actions, you succeed by 3 or more. It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the like if you take the treachery enters your threat area and then +2 to your skills, that puts you to like 3 brain because we're assuming that you are playing a rogue investigator and therefore have only 1.
Yeah.
Add to that like some whiskey, you're testing at 6, you're probably just discarding whatever it is. And it costs you nothing.
One thing I like too is just like with the whole, even though Tony doesn't need more actions, just get like the killer instinct and just be like kill, kill, kill.
That's pretty funny.
I also think this could be kind of fun as well in the rogue, green grandma for Gloria. You know, because I think there could be like, because the thing is like mystics don't get a lot of extra actions, and like them getting extra actions can be really good. She can't go that high with it, obviously, but
yeah. I do. This has been a bit of a dead horse for us, but like really, this is the card that you choose to give us additional reminder text on that you cannot take 2 actions at the same time.
You know, I'm happy that they at least did it.
I'm happy it's there, but like really, this is the one you picked for that.
That's funny. All right. We got Kicking the Hornet's Nest. This card's pretty sick. So, it's a 0-cost event. It's a gamut and a tactic. Search the top 9 cards in counter deck for a non-elite enemy and then spawn it engaged with you instead of its normal spawn location. Then discover one, clear your location and gain X resources, where X is that enemy's health value, then shuffle the encounter deck.
I wish that this art was actually just someone kicking a hornet's nest. That would be much better.
That would be really funny.
Yeah. Also, it's a tactic, though, so Mark can play, which is pretty sick.
Yeah.
I know that's why you're looking at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool card.
Yeah, I think this is like especially good in off green, where the where like the 2 or 3 resources are going to matter a whole lot more.
Yeah.
As opposed to playing like green, where you're just like, I could literally take a bath in these.
Yeah. I saw someone
Still
online
have
say
stuff.
Also like Zoe would love this, right? Because she gets +1 resource.
Yep.
She gets a clue, right?
Skids probably likes this a lot.
Yeah.
For his like flex rolls. I do really like seeing cards like this for green in particular because their level 0 economy is bad.
I mean, like you got Faustian now, which is like really
like,
strong.
Yeah, but it's like just Faustian.
Yeah.
No, you can play 21 or bust. The card's
sick. I think what I also really like this and like off green is like with now Guardian, you can use this to like actually like trigger your evidences when you want to, which is nice.
Yeah, drawing enemies when you want to draw them is not anywhere near so bad as finding one that you didn't want.
Especially like in a situation where like if like you can like fish out an acolyte that could like fuck you up, right? And just be like, no, you're dead. Yeah.
You die now.
It's a cool card. It's cool. Stylish Coat. It's a 2-cost, 1 experience asset. Takes up the body slot because it's a coat. Soaks for 1 and 1, so Lonnie can't fix it. When you gain 1 or more resources during your turn via another player card effect, exhaust it to gain 1 additional resource.
It's kind of neat.
Yeah, more money.
Yeah, so like in order for this to be worth, how many times do you need to proc it though?
5.
Because the short answer is lots.
Yeah.
So this card is like probably really strong in like a lone wolf build where you're just like
passively does it.
Let's go. Because that is during your turn. Otherwise, this starts to get a little awkward where you're like, I need events to get me money. I need events and other effects. It's probably really good with the Mauser.
It also probably is good with High Roller too, because you gain that.
Right? Gregory Gry.
Yeah, Gregory Gry, yeah.
You just show up and he's
like you got watch
you're real fancy,
well.
let's gamble. And you're like, cool, I'm going to cheat though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I think there's enough stuff out there to justify this.
No, it is like definitely a little bit of a build around.
Yeah.
More than anything else, where you're like, clearly you are playing the big money deck. You're not you're not just putting this in a green deck because.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to say this card's good for Preston, but I don't remember how his cards are worded.
Like you move the resources from it to your pool,
Yeah.
which is not gained, I don't believe.
It could be though.
I mean,
I don't think it is. I think
Gaining could be like any positive increase in
yeah,
the
no,
resources
that,
you have.
yeah, I will concede that the rules to this game are not exactly
Who even knows?
as clearly defined as I would like them to be.
No, I'm gonna wager that.
But like,
that
I'm
doesn't
pretty
count
sure
as gaming.
I'm pretty sure it's not
Sad.
a gain because like the other cards say gain, and it says like when you gain resources, put them on the family inheritance. So the family inheritance cannot be.
It's like the difference between drawing a card and adding a card to your hand.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I thought the difference was just like where they came from, whereas gain resources comes from like the resource pool, but like move them because they're already on another
That
card.
makes sense. Yeah. There could be. Who knows?
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Level
It's your boy,
2 Chuck
Brennan.
Fergus.
Hell yeah.
So when you play a tactic or trick,
So much
exhaust
easier
him.
than 10.
Gains fast. The event costs 2 fewer resources to play. You get +2 skill value performing a skill test during the resolution of that event. So you get to choose one, but like I think this is just huge because you can like get him
Yeah.
much earlier.
Even in Dunwich, you can probably get the 2 of these.
Yeah.
After scenario 1, and if not scenario 1, definitely after the second one.
Yeah. I
Unless
hope
you're
so.
punting the scenario.
Yeah.
In which case, like,
Real bad.
But if you punt the scenarios,
It's not going
you
well
get
for
you get
you,
bonus
so-
experience. So maybe
Yeah.
punt them.
I do miss when we got experience as part of scenario resolutions.
Yeah, they should bring it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't do that anymore. You only get it. You pretty much only get it from like victory locations and stuff now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
Sad.
like the Chuck Fergus deck is a ton of fun to play, and the downside to it is that you have to put 10 XP into it
Yeah.
before you even get to start playing, really, because otherwise you're just playing with like a pile of subpar cards.
Yeah. And like you can even now like take in the thick of it to just like
Yeah.
get with one of them in your deck at the get go, right?
Just play your own deck and put the campaign on. Campaign alone.
Yeah. No, this is
Yeah.
really good, and I think like even this one, those are like just having one of them is
Yeah,
good.
you don't have to be able to like. Oftentimes, when I've played the level 5 version, I've been like, cool, I want this to be free,
Yeah.
and like I guess it's another one of these things.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Because
The free one's like
Whatever.
the big thing.
Yeah.
the +2 is sometimes big if you're playing if you've got like the upgraded events, particularly the ones that return to your hand if you succeed by 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you can use other cards to sort of shore those up a lot easier.
Yeah,
than
yeah,
just to,
just
like,
the-
shore up the resources of playing those tactics and tricks
Like
turn
every
after
turn.
turn.
Yeah. But also the the fast on some of them is kind of nuts. Like fast on breaking and entering, you're just like,
Yep.
Yeah.
what if the game didn't play?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it's a very
How
nice
about that?
upgrade, Chuck.
Yeah.
We're very happy. We're happy for you. We're also happy for Bryn because you know, dirty fighting, not so fast, Preston. This is illicit. It's a 3-cost 2 experience asset, limit 1 per investigator. While attacking, parlaying, or attempting to evade an exhausted enemy, you get +2 skill value. After you evade an enemy, exhaust dirty fighting. Take a fight action against that enemy. Ignore the aloof keyword for this attack. Rita, and ignore the aloof keyword. They did it.
Yeah.
They, like thank God that yeah.
Yo, this
Yeah.
is a great card for skids.
Yeah. I love that Preston can't take this. Just like the idea of like you're playing someone like Joey the Rat in your
Yeah.
deck, and he's like, no. Like you see, you hit him real low like this, and then you smash your knee into his face, and he's like, that's not fair.
Yeah,
though.
Preston's like my word.
That's not. That's not the Bixby rules. I say.
I don't know,
Or,
Mr.
yeah,
Rat.
whatever. Yeah, Mr. the Rat.
Yeah, I don't know if I really agree with that sentiment.
And Joey's just like,
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
But what I really like about this card is that it fits very cleanly in a lot of different investigators. Like Rita can like this, Keimani will like this, Skids will like this. Yeah.
This is good. Good.
I
Well
love that
designed
it
card.
gives you +2 while you're parlaying with an enemy.
Yeah.
You're just like, so you see how I kicked you real hard?
Yeah.
You don't tell me what I want, I'll do it again.
Yeah, it's sick. I love the art too. Just
Yeah.
there's the Tennessee Sour Mash. Yeah. All right, we got Trigger Man, otherwise known as Old Leo Anderson.
That is, in fact, who this is.
4 cost, 3 experience. Leo Anderson was tired of his tree hands. Picks up the ally slot 2-1. After Trigger Man enters play, attach an illicit asset from your hand to Trigger Man. It's considered being played under your control. It's a lightning bolt, exhaust Trigger Man, and spend 1 resource. Resolve an action ability on attached asset. Without paying its cost, resolve that ability with a base skill value of 4.
Dude, This guy like makes you bring a gun for him and then pay him to use it.
Well, I mean, like, he sort of brings his own gun because you don't pay for it. Not
Like
really.
kind of, but you still gotta have it.
Yeah, I just like the idea of like attaching the liquid courage to it, and then he's like, "You want to do some shots, kid?" And you're like, "Okay, I can't look like an idiot in front of this guy."
Yeah.
Can't look like a coward.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, that's probably like why the base skill is there, right? So
Yeah.
you can drink with this man.
yeah, I mean, like the base skill of 4, like if he's got a gun, it is +1 for most rogues.
Yeah.
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 If you play this in Tony and you choose to attach guns to him, you are,
I mean,
I don't want to
unless
say like an idiot, but
unless you want those extra
Made a bad
actions, but
choice.
like you already get so many actions,
Yeah.
you don't need it. Yeah, I think like yeah. Is there any other good elicits? I mean, like I like this with.
there's a whole lot of sweet guns.
It's mostly guns though.
It's mostly guns. That's why he's a trigger man, not a
Yeah.
whiskey man.
Yeah. Sick.
But yeah, I think he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You could like attach that card we just saw and have it do nothing.
Yes.
Well, you can still use it. It's under your control.
Yeah.
So like, if you put like a gun on this guy, you can still use the gun too.
Yeah. It's not like yeah, definitely.
But also, you have to
Okay.
hold the gun.
Okay.
Because it still takes up assets. Right? Or it takes up hand slots. Because in play and under your control.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
it doesn't
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
it doesn't take up the hand
Yeah,
slots
yeah.
like Ellie does. But
No,
I'm
that's cool.
probably wrong.
No. It does not take up any slots. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. So you're holding the gun. He just puts his finger in the thing too, and it's like, let's shoot it together.
You have to hold the gun. He literally just pulls the trigger.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because Abigail Foreman, it takes up no slots.
Yeah. I do like the idea of some of these green cards where you're like clearly paying somebody who's better at the job to do it than
Yeah.
rather than you.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I also love how Preston can play this guy. He just doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, even if the gun takes up your hand slot, I think it's fine,
Yeah.
because, like, the extra action is nice, right?
Yeah.
It's nice.
You can play this guy in a deck with Sleight of Man, and then Sleight of Man him in. Put your 25 vest cold pocket. Shoot all its bullets.
Yeah.
Blah,
blah, blah, blah. I mean, that is
Kinda
sick. That is
And then
sick.
put him
Yeah.
back in your hand. That's pretty okay.
All right, last card here for Rogues is Clean Sneak. Otherwise known as, I saw someone say, Finn looks at this card and cries. It's true. It's a 0-cost 4 experience. Gambit Trick event. Fast play only during your turn. For each exhausted non-swarm enemy or location, choose a different option. Gain 2
I can't
resources.
play
Deal
this.
2
Oh,
damage to
God.
that enemy. Discover one clear location. Draw 1 card.
You think
What
we're
do they
gonna?
think
You
of
think
this
we're gonna
deck
get an
building,
update
man?
saying that this card's illicit if you're playing Finn?
Finn, yeah. I mean, I feel like this is really weird that Finn can't play.
Yeah.
It's weird it's not illicit. Like, you're clearly doing something illegal.
Yeah.
You're just not getting caught.
No, she's just taking out garbage.
Yeah, just like sneaky.
She's just taking the garbage because
Yeah.
she forgot to earlier, but she just want to wake up her parents. They'll be mad at
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Okay, I got
He's
you.
like, yeah, I did my chores, Mom.
Card's pretty cool though.
Yeah, it's a cool card.
Yeah, I think the thing I don't like about this one is that you can't play it in Rita. I don't think because
Yeah,
I'm
like you
pretty
can't play
sure
it.
she's
People
like
who
0-3,
actually want to play it.
She's
and you can't
0-3.
play this in Finn. And it's
What
sort of
the
like
heck happened there?
so. These are the evade guys.
They probably just forgot.
It could be sweet in Preston with the turkey.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, she's trick
You
0.
throw out
Wow.
a turkey and you're just like all the clues, and then last action, I'm out of here.
And it's like a 2-card combo, but you know.
Yeah, you can't be a 1-card combo.
Yes, I can.
No, I think
That
it's,
yellow card we saw earlier is a 1-card combo because
No,
you
it's not, it's
+2
just
book and then
broken,
it
that's
cares
all it
about
is.
you succeeding by 2.
That was true. I do think that, yeah, this is really strange. I can't believe it's not 3 XP.
It's a little weird, yeah.
Yeah.
At least it says non-swarm.
Yes, yeah, that was
Yeah,
very,
good job,
very
guys.
wise
That's
of
good.
them.
Yeah,
Very
no,
wise of them. All right, we got Living Ink. This is a 0 cost. I honestly read every card except for the purple ones
This
for this.
looks
So
like
this
I
is
mean,
my
that
dream.
looks,
Five
that
rings
looks like a
there.
sweet tattoo.
It does.
Yeah.
It does probably look from their Legend of the Five Ring slush fund. They're like
Yeah.
slush pile. They're like, yeah, put this in here. So 0 cost asset. It's a ritual. It takes up the body slot. Customizable. When you purchase Living Ink, choose a skill and circle it on the upgrade sheet. So the skills are obviously, the skills. Uses 3 charges. Remove 1 charge from it at the start of each of your turns. If Living Ink has no charges on it, discard it. You get +1 to the chosen skills. Shifted Ink. You may play Living Ink under the control of another investigator location. Subtle depiction. At the start of your turn, you may choose not to remove 1 charge from Living Ink and ignore its ability for the remainder of the round. Imbued Ink. It enters play with 2 additional charges and takes up an arcane slot instead of a body slot. Eldritch Ink and Eldritch Ink, the sequel, both are circle another skill. Macabre Depiction. It gains reaction after you reveal a chaos token with the symbol exhaust Living Ink and place 1 charge on it. And Vibrancy. Living Ink grants an additional +1 to the circled skills and -1 to each other skill. I think this card's fucking sick, actually.
It's kind of neat.
I think it's just
There's
like,
a lot going on, but
yeah. I think like it's just cool.
Yeah.
Is it good? I don't know. I don't think so. But like,
I think if you take like subtle depiction and vibrancy, I think that's good.
yeah. Yeah.
That's like 2, or it's like 4 experience for your 2 cards, and then you can like have +2 brain on the turns you care about it,
Yeah.
or like +2 punch or whatever dumb garbage
Yeah.
you're saying. You can use shifting ink to like grief one of your teammates pretty good, where you're like, hey, Mr. Guardian, how would you like +2 book and -1 to all your other stuff, and also throw away your stupid armor or death or whatever.
Get that armor out of here. You're a tattoo boy.
I mean, like, yeah, they get to
throw that
pick.
away
Yeah.
because they get to choose.
But the respectful
But if you
thing
if you mark
choose
it
the ink.
to like take up an arcane slot, they're gonna have a devil of a time getting rid of it.
Yes, sir.
Here's your +1 foot.
Yeah,
-1 all your other skills.
get in there.
Yeah, I think it's just neat design.
That is a neat design.
I'm curious
I'm
to-
also a little skeptical of how good it's gonna be, but like I think it's.
I mean, like, even just like worst case scenario, like I think subtle depiction is kind of like where you want to start, right? Like that's like
Yeah.
where you want to start with this, and then you just like have it like a +1 brain when you need it.
Yeah, like
Right.
subtle depiction and like take like Eldritch Ink maybe. I think vibrancy is very good on it,
Yeah.
and macabre depiction might be.
Oh yeah, and it also just costs 0 to put into play.
Yeah, that's pretty
Like,
sweet.
Yeah, I think that 0 and a slot that is not particularly contested for +1 to a skill of your choice is like very powerful, even at level 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then as soon as you get subtle depiction, you're like, I need brain now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Onyx Pentacle
Exactly.
takes up a hand slot. 3 cost. This
Oh,
is
it's the other one.
it's the evade one. You get brain or +1 foot for this evasion attempt. So you can exhaust to place a doom on its target and target any enemy location or connecting location. You get +1 skill value. If you succeed by 2 or more, remove 1 doom. That evade into a connecting location is actually really nice.
It's kind of neat, but it's also very nice of them not to give this to any of the creators to spoil.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a bit. Just like get this and like, all right, today we're going to talk about the evasion spell from the suite. It's not a spell, it takes up your hand slot. So let's see what we can do with it.
This one's different because you can evade guys at a different location.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. One handy thing this does do is you can play it in in normal purple investigators and then just have this to evade things. Instead
Yep.
that doesn't take up an arcane slot.
Yeah, definitely.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
It does seem very powerful in the Forgotten Age, where the snakes are like, we're coming to get you, and you're like,
Yeah.
I got this thing.
Yeah, no, I think the effect
It
is
says no snakes here.
is really nice. I think it's a nice effect.
Yeah.
They call him St. Patrick.
We didn't talk about Upgrade Fingerprint Kit.
Oh, did I forget to put that in here?
Yeah.
That's
it's
okay, it
good.
doesn't do anything.
It's
good.
really good.
It's very good. I must have missed that one when I was making the slides. It's just more.
I remember because I was rubbing it in Brent's face a couple days ago.
Yeah.
It still doesn't, it does the same amount of nothing as normal fingerprint.
No, because
kit.
there's your clues.
Yeah. It gets +2
yeah,
clues,
but
right?
like you just fail the 3
Nice.
tests, and you're like, sweet, I'm out 5 instead of 4.
Does it
now,
give you a
let's
bigger
go.
book bonus? Cool.
I think so.
Yeah. And how do you know this 4 experience?
Yeah, 4 experience.
There we go. We talked about the card. It's good.
It's good.
It costs 1 more money to buy than the other one.
Okay. So it
Yeah,
costs 5
Yeah,
now.
it costs 5 instead of 4.
Yeah, okay.
All right. We got Explosive Ward. That's such sick art. He's
That
like,
is really sick
fuck.
art.
It costs X. I love things that cost X. Come in for 2 fists. We're in for a wild card here. It's a spell. Before you play Explosive Ward, you may discard a number of cards from your arcane slots. Deal X damage to a non-lane enemy engaged with you. X cannot be greater than the number of empty arcane slots you have. This action does not provoke attacks of opportunity.
Man, so you're telling me that anytime that Travis is allowed to play purple cards, and I'm also allowed to play purple cards, I have to play this in case I have to discard a tattoo.
This card seems really good for martial arts lady.
Lily?
Yeah.
Lily Chen, yeah.
She starts purple, right?
Yep.
And then you just play guardian weapons.
Yeah. How many empty arcane slots you have? I mean, just like fucking, 2 for Tesla's 2 damage, like baseline.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
That is really good.
And then also this card has some very,
also-
like... Sorry, you go.
You can, like, scale up pretty easily to be, like... It doesn't take too much to get to, like, 3.
Yeah.
And then it's, like, you just kill stuff.
Yeah. And then also this one has a lot of good, like, synergy as well with if you're playing Doom, right? Like, this is just, like, another good tool for Doom. It's just, like, even if it's just, like, 1 damage, but also, like, clear Doom off a thing, and then, like, just go. Good card. And sick art. It was fun. It was a roller coaster of a card. I like it.
It's also a way you get, like, your empty spells back into your discard pile.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're about to see have a really good synergy. I did read one card. It was Uncage the Soul. It's really good.
Okay.
The upgraded version is
Do
really
you play
good.
things from your discard pile?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really good. You also have to, you can discard a card as part of its cost. Yeah, it's really good. Binder's Jar, 2 cost, 1 experience, an interdimensional prison. I love the art. You can see Satan. I love Satan. Takes up the accessory slot. You get +1 arcane slot for each enemy beneath Binder's Jar. After not only enemies defeat a location, place that enemy face down beneath Binder's Jars, limit 2 enemies beneath it. When an enemy attacks you, discard any enemy beneath Binder's Jar that shares a trait with the attacking enemy and cancel that attack.
Yeah.
This gives
Yeah.
you arcane slots.
It does.
Is what it does.
Yeah.
And, like, it has another thing, too, sure.
If you're Gloria, this might be important, because you can use it to cancel attacks. That is definitely a part of her card text or something.
I mean... Diana?
No.
Gloria? Well, she can
Yeah,
discard.
Grandma, right? Like
Yeah.
Grandma has like one of her cards mixed.
Or her
attack or
her
whatever.
the book weakness.
Yeah.
The enemy any like it,
So
one of the
that's
things
cool.
attacks
That's
her
cool.
beneath it. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I just like the idea of taking this in to fight like gangsters or whatever, and you're like, I'm gonna put you in a bottle, and they're like, what? your goon is just like, I brought the blender.
Yeah. You don't even need to defeat the dude. You could just be hanging out, being like.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Yeah.
obviously this takes up the accessory slot, which is a very contested slot in the class.
Yeah.
But it is
Not so much for the Doom guy class, though, I don't think.
no.
But it is really fun. It's an interdimensional prison. You can just, like, keep, like, birds and rats in it and shit.
Yeah.
Man, and like also I imagine you could probably do some really good like teching against campaigns with this, and just been like.
No, I'm not ever letting you out of the bottle.
I'd say, well, it's a neat design place to explore. I'm a little bit leery of, like, the amount of cards that they're printing that care about traits. It's, like, a lot of the game knowledge you need to have to play the cards effectively.
Yeah, I
in
agree
a lot
with
of
that.
cases.
But I mean, I also think that's fine too, because I think like when the new player, you care less about like that kind of thing, and you're more just like, I like putting man in jar,
Yeah.
or rat in jar.
Yeah, I mean, like that is pretty much like the secondary thing to what this card does, right? Like, is that the share traits part? That's just like another piece of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you play this card to get the extra arcane slots.
yeah,
Yeah. You play this card for extra arcane slots and removing enemies from there
yeah.
that you think are annoying.
Yeah.
This is probably really good against Brown Jenkin, where he's like, I got my rat buddies, and you're like,
No, rat in jar.
2 rats in the jar.
He's like, no. All right, we got upgraded Moonlight Ritual, 0 cost, 2 experience. Has a wild symbol now.
that's kind of cool.
Dude, this would have been so good for us today.
Fast flow during your turn. Remove all doom from a non-elite card of your location.
Are locations cards?
Yeah. Cards.
Are they at your location?
Yeah, it's considered to be at your location.
That's interesting, because they are the location.
Yeah, but they're at your location as well because
yeah,
they are your
because
location.
what else would it be?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, like it can't not be at your location.
Well, it could be, like,
Because
not
it
a
is your
card.
location.
Yeah.
But this is true.
But I think the cards, I mean, like, also, like, I just love all the fucking stupid Brotherhood cultists getting fucking their face shoved in the mud. They deserve it.
They do deserve it.
Fucking
They're
fine.
like, I have 7 fight, and you're like, you have no fight.
Yeah.
I'll kill you.
You can also do this, like, fix your teammates. If they have, like, David Redfield, you're like, no.
Yeah. Card, and it's also fast now.
Yeah.
Like, card's good.
Nice.
Good upgrade. Upgraded Uncage of Soul. 0 cost, 3 experience. You may discard a spell or ritual as you control. Play a spell or ritual card from your hand or discard pile, reducing its resource cost by 3.
Yeah, that's sweet and worth 3 experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it is. It doesn't seem like it, but it is basically the same as level 0 Uncage the Soul if you want it to be, because you can just discard the card you wanted to play and then, play it.
Yeah. But, like, that's, like,
Discard pile.
what's really great is that now it's, like, always active, right? Because you're like, I'm going to reload my spell. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good card. It's also now a wild instead of 2 brain.
The symbols matter less, though, because it's active more often.
Yeah, it's true. Upgraded Dowsing Rod. No, we talked about the sickle. So this is, you place one, it's like you get brain or you get +1 book. Place 1 doom and move to a connecting location, you get +2 skill value. If you discover the last clue, you ready it and remove all doom. Just like the sickle. Just like an upgrade. More of the same. Oh, Travis
This card
is...
doesn't get you extra clues, huh?
No. But
No,
it moves.
it gets you move actions.
Yeah.
Do not like.
He's like, I am done with this card. Upgraded Onyx, so place 1 doom on target enemy at your location or connecting location. On it to target enemy, yeah. +3 skill value. If you succeed by 2 or more, ready it and remove all doom from it.
Okay.
Yeah, just the same. Same but more. I think, like, oddly enough, these ones will be harder. This one will be harder to remove the doom from, but that's not really, like, a surprise because...
They do give you +3.
Yeah.
I mean, like, kind of, like, so if you're evading enemies, you're not doing anything to them, they're still just going to sit there. You still have to just keep making the test. I mean, you still have to keep making the test.
It's true. Alright, Survivor cards. Oh, good. Survivor's got a trap. Their traps are always good.
I love seeing traps.
So it's a 1-cost event,
They're so
improvised
cool,
trap.
Justin.
Customizable, uses 2 times. Do you think because
Why isn't this clicks?
Keimani got...
Because clicks are magic.
Yeah. Because Keimani got tools, Wilson Richards is going to get traps now. He's going to be the trap guy.
Probably.
That's cool. Alright, that's good.
They're like, we're printing Wilson Richards, the next expansion we got for traps in the game. They're like, ooh.
We gotta fix that. Alright, so customizable, uses 2 time. If makeshift trap has no time, discard it. Attached to your location. Each non-elite enemy attached location gets -1 fight, -1 evade at the end of the round. Remove 1 time from makeshift trap. Improve timer. When you play makeshift trap, you may increase or decrease its uses by 1. Oh, can you turn it into a bomb? You can turn it into a bomb! Tripwire. Only trigger makeshift traps, forced ability if there are
That's
1 or
pretty
more
cool.
enemies at attached location. Simple. It gains fast and play during any lightning bolt window. Poisonous. When you move 1 or more time from it, deal 1 damage to an enemy at attached location. Remote configuration. When you play it, you may attach it to a revealed connecting location. Net. Non-elite enemies at attached location cannot move or make attacks of opportunity. When a makeshift trap has no time and is discarded, deal 3 damage to each enemy and investigator attached location.
Dude, you can spend so much experience to make this level 3 dynamite blast.
Yeah. If,
So much experience.
if Wilson Richards doesn't have new art that is drawn to look like Macaulay
Oh,
Culkin,
like this?
riot.
Yeah. I think this card's, like, fun.
Yeah, I don't think it's like super good or efficient, but it definitely seems fun.
Yeah.
That's
I-
why it gets the crooked picture.
Yeah.
It's 'cause it's not super good or efficient.
I do
Okay.
love that
might be
that
the
Dynamite
thing.
Blast exists because, like, now we just have, like, explosion. Like, we just know what explosion is, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, even just, like... I think there's use cases for this. I think, like, Poisonous is nice, right? Poisonous and Net. But I don't think it's, like, good. I think it's more just fun. Yeah. But it's a sick card.
Tripwire might be cool.
Yeah.
And play like Tripwire and like Poisonous and just like stick it on the auto turret room
Yeah.
and make that scenario a little bit easier.
Yeah. End of the road, baby. Oh, don't
I think
go
this
down
card's
there.
really good.
It's a 0-cost event. Fast play during your turn. Only if the final agenda's in play. Draw 1 card and gain 1 resource. Gain 1 additional action. Remove end of the road from the game. That's fun flavor text. So should we turn around? Yeah, probably. So they did clarify in the FAQ what does the final agenda mean. It's if the last agenda in the stack. If alternate, if future ones are added, those will become also final agendas. So just like it's like the last card in the stack.
Like at setup?
No, just in the game. So if you're on the if
Like,
there's
you
no
don't
agendas
tuck
left,
them behind you. You put them off to the side, and when there's only one in the stack, that's the last.
yeah. So like if there was like an agenda
Okay,
3,
but what if there's like 6 different agenda 3s?
Well, you're only playing with one.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Maybe the other ones just aren't in play.
The last agenda is like the last. Like I would say,
Okay.
my interpretation, I'd be like, if you're playing War of the Outer Gods, then like you don't get to use this until there's one agenda there's one agenda left.
Yeah. But it's or like only if the final agenda is in play. But like if there's multiple ones and there's one final, that would be a final agenda. So you probably could play it, but you probably wouldn't be able to play it for each. I mean, War of the Outer Gods is one of the only ones with multiple agendas, right?
The only other one that can have it, I think, is Into the Maelstrom.
Yep. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, but I think the card's good.
I think this card's really. This might. I think of the level 0 cards I've seen, that this is the closest to like a staple. It's like a lot of value for just nothing.
Yeah.
Especially in red, where sure, there's any tokens or any symbols, but you can just throw away for whatever, man.
Yep.
You're playing red.
And then like it's one of those things that even if you like don't get it back, it's just like okay, right?
Yeah, like you're on the final agenda of the game, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's good. And then also it goes up in value in those rare things where like you get multiple final agendas because it can happen.
Yeah, that's so much value for just nothing.
Yeah.
So good.
This card's also really good.
I like the art.
Yeah. Hey, that's Cthulhu.
Yeah.
It's a
We actually
Shed of
don't
Light.
see him that often.
No, we don't. 2-cost event. Insight trick, fast. Play before revealing a chaos token during an investigation, performing it only if the difficulties test is currently 0. This test automatically succeeds. Discover 1 additional clue at this location and 1 additional clue at any location.
I think these cards are really neat.
What the fuck? This is a level 0 card?
Yeah,
Do
but
you know
like,
how hard it is to get a difficulty test?
if
It's
you've
actually
already
not.
got the difficulty of the test to 0, you've already passed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, but you get 3 clues with
Yeah,
this.
but you get 3 clues. Like that's
This
kind of
is
like
sick with flashlight.
yeah, and even just like old key ring, right?
yeah, it's just like it's just a ton of resource in, right?
Yeah, no, I don't think this card's broke or anything like that. You have to play like specific cards, and you have to expend parts of those cards. You have to expend other resources to make this work.
Yeah.
Because like you have to play the resources in the cards for this card, and then you also have to expend your resources in your cards that you use to play the other card to get the test to 0.
Yeah. Yeah, the test automatically succeeds part doesn't really like that's not the thing
It's
that like
pretty
it's-
much just like you don't have
you
to check.
don't get the auto fail,
Yeah.
right?
No,
Don't have
that's
to
what I'm
fix
getting at.
it.
Like, so you have like your base action for investigating,
Yeah.
which is like your base clue, and then playing and paying for this card gets you a second clue, and then like the other cards and resources you put into getting the test to 0 gets
Yeah.
you the third
Yeah.
clue.
I think it's
Yeah.
probably pretty fair unless
It's-
unless Daryl Simmons is like a little bit more powerful than he seems.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, so the reason I'm saying this is because I thought in my mind palace, this was one experience, and I thought this is good at one experience. I'm just shocked that it's at 0.
Oh.
Yeah, because like, it's not hard. Like, this is how survivors get clues. This is what they just do, right? And now I like I think it's a very good card.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. Just like more clue.
It is just more clues.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like you have to be playing a very specific deck, and it requires other cards for it to.
Yeah,
work,
and I
so.
think this one actually, like, you're not going to be playing this like, you probably could, but I think this is a card that, like, Daryl can get away with not playing.
Yep.
Because, like, I think this is better for people like Stella. Like, because Stella could just, like, with Quick Learner, just grab a bunch of clues, right?
Yeah.
And she doesn't even need to, like, then commit anything to it. It's just, like, here's 2 resources, get clues. Albeit, like, 2 resources is a chunk. Because, like, you're going to, like, then you're, like, looking at the things as, like, my 2
Especially in
resources is
Survivor.
living for, look what I found versus Shed of Light, right?
Oh, dude, I bet Min just loves that.
Lifeline. 1-cost event, 1 experience, fortune, max 1 per turn. Fast. Play when an investigator's turn would end. That investigator may take an additional X actions during their turn, where X is the number of skill tests they failed. Exile Lifeline.
Every time I'm playing red with Bryn. Would you like another turn?
Yeah, but also like Stella Clark support. What?
Yeah. I mean, also just like
She's not a very strong investigator. She needs some more cards to really flesh out her archetype, Bryn.
but I mean, also like you can have someone else do an impression of Stella, right? It's like here, take 2 things. But also, I mean, like,
It
just
is
like,
powerful support for the fail by archetype.
yeah.
Dude, you can like use this card and those green cards that care about how many actions you took with Wendy's ability to intentionally fail tests to get a whole bunch of actions in one turn.
Yeah.
And then get like 6 resources or something dumb. For the low cost of doing nothing with your turn.
I have to just say also for this card, I think they did a very good job of like just like putting like a cap on it. So it's like max 1 per turn. Don't even think about it. But also get that shit out of your fucking deck, motherfucker.
Yeah, exile support too, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No, good job, guys.
Yeah.
Gumption. 1 experience skill, it's innate. Silas Marsh. Max 1 committed per skill test. You may commit Gumption any type of skill test. Well, Gumption committed to skill test, it gets -2 difficulty.
Every card is like unexpected card.
Yeah. I mean, obviously good with all the 0 synergy.
Yeah, they need like other things to make that viable for just random investigators. So.
Yeah. Also, Preston.
Yeah.
What about it?
Pass a test.
I mean, like, that could be him in the art.
Yeah. It could be.
Could be.
Yep. Oh my god.
This is also the wrong artwork.
It is the wrong art, but it's upgraded baseball bat brand.
Yeah, the upgrade's really good. So baseball bat, 2 cost, 2 experience. Takes up 2 hand slots. You get +2 for this fight attack. It deals +1 damage. If a skull or auto fails revealed, you can return it to your hand after attack. It deals +1 or it deals +1 damage and discard it. So now this does 2 great things. Opens up, like, it makes it even better for scavenging, but also just like makes it as just a viable weapon. Because baseball bat's a very good weapon. It's
It is
just
for being level 0.
yeah. And then like now it just makes it so that like you can just like have that and then go to this and then just keep whacking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, kind of sad we don't see more cards in Survivor to like flesh out that caring about skulls and tentacle archetype.
I might be talking about that today in our video about Survivor assets.
Oh, yeah, we're doing that.
Yeah, yeah. So spoiler alert for the video that came out 3 days ago on YouTube. We got Katja Eastbank, 3 cost, 2 experience, keeper of esoteric lore. Takes up the ally slot because it's an ally, but also a scholar. 2/2 soak. When you draw a non-weakness card at the top of your deck before resolving any of its effects, exhaust Katja. Place that card face down beneath her. Draw a new card to replace it. And then as an action, draw any card beneath. Obviously, dilemma synergy.
Yeah.
Right.
It's good for Patrice, too.
Yeah.
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 I like her.
I mean, it's good for anybody who wants to find specific parts of their deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just good.
Yeah, just a good card. One of my in the FAQ, they were talking about dilemmas, and they were like, "What do I do if I draw 3 in a turn?" They're like, "Well, it doesn't work. This is called."
Well, that sucks.
They're like, "This is called a dead draw. Like, it's gonna happen, or just fucking play catch it. We put her in there for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna run that many dilemmas,
Yeah.
just play her."
Yeah, right. Like you can play this. You can play cornered to make use of them while
Yep.
they're in your hand.
Oh yeah, there's tons of ways.
You
Yeah.
try using your
Yeah.
brain.
All right. Old Keyring. This is another crazy upgrade. So 1 cost, 3 experience. If there are no keys on Old Keyring, discard it. Location gets -2 shroud. If you succeed, remove 1 key. If the test difficulty is 0, you discover 1 additional clue.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah. Good upgrade. Very strong.
Yeah.
Because like Keyring also was just like a good
Yeah.
card.
I also appreciate it being level 3, so you can only play it with proper survivor access.
Yes. Yeah.
You can't just be like 0 to 2, all the survivor cards forever.
No, I think that Min should be able to play this card. Along with that the level 0 red one, you can just get infinite clues for your 1 investigate action.
Seems like a good time.
You can commit your deductions to it and stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That art's so good.
The last survivor card, it's a 3 experience, dilemma, max 2, revelation. You must decide. Place 1 doom on the current agenda. Each investigator heals 3 damage and 3 horror. Remove 1 doom from the current agenda. Each investigator takes 1 direct damage and 1 direct horror. Remove fickle fortune from the
This
game.
is such a good design.
Kill Preston.
Like, you draw it, and sometimes you're going to be like, easy choice, heal everyone so we don't die. Sometimes you're going to draw it, and you're like, yeah, we can take some damage, get an extra turn. Sometimes you're going to draw it, and you're going to be like...
So, I want you guys to know that if I'm ever playing with dilemma cards in my deck, I am going to treat them as though they had the word peril on them.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Because I think they should.
Peril. Yeah.
Even
I agree
though
with
I can see how that might lead to some feel bad moments.
Honestly, I think
I'm definitely going to kill Travis with this.
Yeah.
I think a
That's
lot
good.
of
I've like inadvertently killed you many times.
Yep.
Like when I gave you that Psychopomps second
Yeah,
Psychopomps song,
No,
you're like,
that's,
I'm gonna
that's pretty
die.
cool.
I'm like,
yeah.
damn,
I
man.
think a lot of people they like they're like there's a lot of like especially the Heed the Dream where you get 3 piles of cards.
Yeah.
You get per players, and then like the unchosen piles are removed from the game. And like I see a lot of people being like, but what if like my good card is removed? Well, obviously,
sucks, dude.
like but like obviously, then the pile that was chosen, unless the person you're playing with is griefing you, which like never like happens, like rarely, if ever. The pile that was chosen was more likely to win the game, right? And then the cards that were removed from your deck, honestly,
If they were the bottom card of your deck, you wouldn't have seen them anyway.
Yeah.
Not at a point in time where it mattered.
yeah. So I think like the cards are going to be. Yeah, you have a point you're trying to make.
This artwork is actually a photograph of me playing, choosing to play Dexter Drake in Eldritch Second. While everyone at the table is trying to convince me not to.
But you will die. You'll do nothing and die again. You're like, what makes you do that? You're like, well, it's happened the last 7 times.
Every time.
Literally every time you ever had a successful game as Dexter, well, I'm due for one.
Yeah, it's gotta work this time.
That's fine.
It's like an old lawyer man too. That one's good. Where he
Yeah,
just sails under the
George
sea
Barnaby,
and
yeah.
dies.
Yeah, show up and you're like, I'll trade you all my stuff for nothing. And they're like, why would you do that? And you're like, I'm going out.
Yeah. I got some things I got to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna go kill myself down there.
Yeah.
All right, we are on to the neutral cards.
Shotcaster. What
Yeah.
the hell is this?
The Hyperphysical Shotcaster, otherwise known as the Do Everything gun. So this is a 4-cost asset, takes up a hand slot, customizable, 4 Aether. If it has no Aether, discard it. Spend an Aether, resolve the manifest ability of Hyperphysical Shotcaster's current form. So it's a gun that switches forms.
Remember when we talked about the customizable cards maybe being too complicated?
As a lightning bolt, you can exhaust it to change its form once you have unlocked it on its upgrade sheet. So, Rail Shooter, you get a fight with any skill plus 1 damage. Telescanner, investigate with any skill. If you succeed, discover clue at any reveal location instead of your location. Translocator, evade, attempt to evade with any skill. Before or after this attempt, you may move an investigator or a non-elite enemy at location to a connecting location or vice versa. Reality Collapser, manifest, test any skill 3. If you succeed, discard from play any non-weakness treachery that is not attached to elite enemy. The Matter Weaver, of course, everyone knows the Matter Weaver. It's manifest, choose an asset in your hand, test any skill X where X is that asset's cost. If you succeed, play it at no cost. Etheric Link, it comes with 2 additional Aether, empowered configuration. While using a manifest ability, you get +2 skill value.
Okay, so I was gonna say I'd probably never play with this card, but then I realized for the low cost of 2 experience, I can have 2 guns in my yellow deck to shoot with my book.
This is the truth.
This card is
In
a shit
green,
design.
in green, you can use this card to discard Frozen in Fear with your foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think...
I think this card is not a good design.
I don't know. I didn't know that we were going to put like dark matter cards into the real game, but here we are.
We are.
I think that there. So I was reading on some threads online. A lot of people are saying that this card is busted. I think it's bad.
Yes, agree. I don't think it's like too good. It's just poor design.
Yeah,
There's too much bleed between the classes.
However, I do think that this card exists for solo, and I think like for true solo.
Yeah, this is probably the first
fuck those
first bone
people.
that's been thrown that way.
Yeah,
In I don't know, ever. I guess
since Lone Wolf.
Yeah. I mean, Lone Wolf is really strong in multiplayer too.
Yeah.
You just have to
Yeah.
work a little bit.
And then the reason why the card's like not great is because you can do like Travis said, like you can have 2 guns as a seeker, right?
Yeah.
But when you're playing multiplayer, your fighter is like, hey, I'll do that. You just get clue, right? You get clue. I shoot people. So like I think like while the card like I think a lot of people are like looking at like everything the card can do and not just looking at like what they do individually and being like, wait, unless I can't do that or there's no one that can do that, I can just do better. It also costs fucking 4. It's very expensive.
Yeah, I
4
think
is like on par for like a gun though.
Yeah. But that's only that's only if you have like rail shooter, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You can use it to investigate 4 times. You can, I mean, the evasion ones.
Yeah, but,
Yeah,
but you don't get an
don't
extra.
get
You get,
all of them,
and you also don't
like-
get an extra clue, right? You just get one.
You
clue.
don't get an extra. That's fair.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we
I think
got
for the
to-
most part, this is just a very expensive way to do things that you can't.
Yeah, I like the temp fade version, like but also like the thing is like I'm never gonna like I'm not gonna play with this card. Like apart from like a joke video online where I'm like someone's like let's do the space gun. I'm like all right, it's time for space gun because
Like the Matter Weaver one might be actually kind of strong.
I think Reality Collapser is also very good. Like it's like 4 Alter Fates.
oh did I say
equal to
did I
this.
say temp fade? I meant to say alter fate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
I would be happy to never see cards designed like this ever again, though.
yeah, because it kind of like
They just
I think their neutral design as a whole has been really good.
Yeah.
Right? Because like apart from like even like Time War Moran, it's just kind of like it's expensive. Like sure it hits things, but like guns and weapons do it better, right? And like Guardian,
Yeah.
right? And I think like even though that's true, that I do think that individually the classes do it better. This is kind of a lot. I'm just glad they didn't start with this one, the customizable. There would have been a fucking riot.
yeah.
All right.
They just dumped like every fucking subtype trait onto that possible. It's got item and weapon and relic
So sick.
and firearm.
Why not science?
Yeah.
We should have
Because
Why not?
it's
They should probably have
it's not
science. It should
It's
probably
just-
have science.
it's
This
just
is
a
a
gun.
relic.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't design cards like that.
All right, we got
It's not
Refine. This is a 3-cost event. It's a supply and double. It's initial cost to play it, spend an action. Immediately mark a checkbox and an upgrade sheet for customized card you own, even if it's not a play. Max once per game for each investigator.
I'm probably not gonna play this card.
No, I mean, even if I'm playing customizable, I don't think experience is like too needed.
Why does this have a double trait?
I think because they were just so the double is the additional cost to play a spend an action, so it's 2
Oh, okay,
actions
it's a
to play.
reminder for that. Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I just think that's like
makes sense.
3 XP and 2 actions for 1 experience on a customizable card. Like I'm gonna do 1 experience for. I'm gonna do 1 action for. Why am I missing the card? The one that everyone draws a card, and
Delve too deep.
delve too deep, because everyone gets an experience. But like 3 cost double action, 1 card from your hand to get 1 experience on your customizable card.
Max once per each game for each investigator.
Like if Travis did that, I'd be like, Travis, what are you doing? If we investigate this location, we get you that for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough sell.
But I do appreciate though that it's not like just like 1 cost,
Yeah.
1 action.
What's the rules text for cards you own? So you can like check if you're playing like, you know, Mark Harrigan, you can play this and check off the checkbox on some fucking purple card.
Great
No?
question. I actually don't know.
because
Card-
it didn't start the game in your deck. I don't think.
Well, then I can't use this to check off a customizable card that like I haven't put in my deck yet, but intend
I
to
believe
purchase with
this
experience
is
later.
correct.
But like, what if Travis owns the cards we're playing with? Like he
Yeah,
bought them with
like,
money,
I-
and then
I
can
own
he
them.
upgrade your
I
thing?
own them.
Own is a weird word to see on the card. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's probably just because, like, in the rules for customizable, you don't control the upgrade card.
They could have said like, I mean, they say, so this is like a little bit counter to what we've been complaining about, how we want more like unified language.
Yeah.
But this is an instance where it made sense to just say like a customizable card in your deck
Yeah.
and be like, people know what that means.
Yeah. Maybe they'll like own is gonna become like something they use, and like this is just the start of it. Like who knows? But yeah.
Actually, who knows? Probably.
All right. Final card is Flashlight. 2 cost, 3 experience. Takes up a hand slot. 4 supplies. When you perform a skill test while investigating or attempting to evade, spend a supply. Gets -2 difficulty. Finally, you can shine the flashlight into the person's face.
Yeah.
I also just gotta say, like, a big shout out, because this is like both this and Guard Dog are like the first council cards that aren't
Don't make me laugh.
messes. Like they're just like not. They're like just like clean. Like this is such a clean upgrade.
Yeah, no, this is like a good design.
Yeah. Gets an additional supply too, right?
Yeah, these are cards that designed. Yeah, it does. This is like the 3rd experience.
Yeah.
They actually like feel like cards printed in the game and not
Yeah.
just like an effect that they thought was cool and then the rules designers scrambling to make it work.
It's a shame what happened with Dragon Pull. Like, that turned into a monstrosity.
It did.
Because I remember I was watching the start of it, and then Travis got there, we got recording, and I came back to look. It's like, you put cards from your deck as, like, aura cards, and I'm like, what? What's happening?
Just throw that one in the trash, man.
Yeah, this one's very nice, very flavorful, very clean. Just
This
a
one
great
and
card.
Guard Dog, like,
Yeah. All right, those are all the cards. Wow, and we get new cards to play with soon. How fun!
Yeah.
And new cards to build with, new investigators. So what's everyone's first investigator going to be from the box when we play, the three of us? You being Vincent?
Probably.
Yeah, I'm going to be Daryl, probably. Carson? Charlie?
Charlie.
We don't have a fighter. Oh, no, you're our fighter.
Yeah.
You're a flex. Flex.
Yeah, Flex.
That's okay. I'll bring a bunch of
Like,
cats and stuff.
like an Eldritch Horror Flex.
Yeah.
You can get clues, right?
I mean, I can test at 4 if that's what you're asking.
I can pull
Probably.
I'll succeed. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Where is the thing? There it is. I hope you enjoyed this video as we just talked about all the cards, because we're not getting new cards again for a while, so let's savor them, let's enjoy them. And what cards are you most excited about from the entire Scarlet Keys set? Let us know
Keys.
down in the comments. Travis. Why? Thanks so much for watching. Have a good one.
Do you want to re-record the video so you
Yeah,
can
we're
do
gonna
the-
we're gonna take it from the top. We're gonna take it from the top. All right. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a good one, and as always, a GG's.